So say you have 2 rose bushes, right? And they're both, getting sunlight, getting water, right? But one of the rose bushes decides to take it upon itself to give all of the water it's getting through its roots to the other rose bush, and give all of the sun that it's absorbing to the other rose bush, right? Because it feels just this sense of responsibility over all of the other roses in the area. And it's like, oh my god, I'm getting all of this stuff. I need to also give it to everyone else, right? So while the rose bush is doing this, it's depleting its resources, right? It's not getting as much sun, it's not getting as much water, because it's giving all of its sun, it's giving all of this water to this other rose bush. Now, as the gardener, you're like, rose bush, what are you doing, right? Why are you giving all of your water and all of your sunshine to this other rose bush? Like, we've got it. I watered the plants. Like, there's rain, there's sun. Like, you're getting the same amount of resources coming to you. Like, I've got this handled. You're depleting yourself, and you're not blooming flowers, and you're becoming all wilted because you're giving all of this precious water and sunshine that is available to you to this other rose bush when you don't have to. This is what it looks like, and this is what it feels like when we as human beings try to take responsibility for the alignment of other people, because the universe, the gardeners, is giving us resources all the time. Abundance is not finite. Sunshine is not finite. The sun will continue to shine in the sky, right? Water is not finite. It will continue to rain, right? The water cycle will continue, right? Abundance is not a limited resource. Happiness is not a limited resource. So when we try to take responsibility for other people's happiness and alignment and abundance at the expense of our own, it looks like you're a rose bush just giving away all of your water and all of your sunshine to a plant that's already being given water and being given sunshine. Anyway, that was a metaphor that I just came up with just now. I don't know if it makes total sense, because it's not like really possible in nature, but you see what I mean. But that's my point, is I wanted to illustrate how ridiculous that is, and there's a reason why that doesn't happen in nature, right? Why the rose bushes can't do that. Oh, and another part of the metaphor, and I kind of forgot, is the other rose bush, the one that like this first one is taking responsibility for, also has a root system. It also has a system to be able to absorb water. It also has cells that can, do photosynthesis, right? But this first rose bush, it isn't really recognizing that and isn't aware of that. It's just pretending that, like, no, you don't know how to absorb sunshine, and you don't know how to absorb water, so I need to do all of it for you. This is what it looks like when we take responsibility for other people's emotions, happiness, well-being, alignment with spirit, right? That's what that looks like. And this is sort of to illustrate that it is disempowering both to you and to the other person when you take responsibility for their happiness, because you're not acknowledging that they have the same tools within them to get all of their resources, right? Happiness is not a finite resource. Abundance is not a finite resource. Realize that and recognize that, and be aware of the places where you are letting someone else's state of being and state of mind influence your own happiness and state of being. Because when someone else is sad, that's making you sad, now you can't help them, right? If you lower yourself to the same place, and sometimes we can't help it, right? When someone we love is hurting, when someone we love is going through something, sometimes we just can't help it. We feel that sadness for them, we feel that pain for them, right? But it's important not to stay there, because if you're there, then you don't have anything to offer them. That's why everyone talks about filling your own cup, bottom line is, it's so important. I don't know, I just feel like it's a message that is very current for the collective. Fill your own cup, water your own garden. If you have a garden and someone else has a garden and that person also has water, that person also has sun, but you're like, well, I don't know if they can like really take care of their garden, so I'm going to take all of my water that I was gonna use for my own garden, but I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna like do theirs because I don't fully trust them to be able to do it, so I'm gonna go water theirs. And then meanwhile your own, it becomes wilted and dead because you're using all of your water to water the other person's garden when it's not your responsibility. So that is my message for the collective currently. I am going to pull a card from the Rose Oracle. Surprise, surprise. I love roses. I was talking about the roses. So I'm just gonna pull a card for the collective. Ooh, exactly. Okay. There's a lot. First we have the Sacred Union, Beloved Within, relationships. It's talking about relationships. This shows up in any kind of relationship, this dynamic of taking responsibility for someone else's happiness. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. We are nature, grounded embodiment, connection. I'll talk about it in a second. And Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion. Exactly. Okay, so hold on a sec. Healing is happening. This is a message for the collective. Like, healing is 100% happening right now. It has been for a while, but it's, Chiron is retrograde right now. There's some other aspects going on. Like, their healing is happening, and this is also just a reminder that healing is not linear. You have to trust the process, right? Even if it seems like you're taking a step back, you're like, oh, I should have figured this out already. You're watching this video and you're like, I know that intellectually, so why am I still taking responsibility for other people's emotions? Full disclosure, I do this all the time. This is why I feel the need to talk about it, right? Because even though I know all of these things intellectually, it does take a second. It takes a while to integrate these new beliefs and these new concepts. We are nature. Exactly. Very strong message. I'm feeling, I have felt so strongly within the past couple days to a week that like nature is calling out to us, and that oh there's a butterfly right as I'm saying this. Exactly. Nature is calling out to us, and we have to, I don't know, there's a message of being grounded and being connected, and we need to remember that we are nature, and we all need water, we all need sun, and we all need love. I'll take for example, we have this lovely rose bush here that I have been talking to every single day, giving encouragement because like the garden wasn't getting water. Anyway, long story, this rose bush was not blooming like at all, and I just for the past couple weeks just been coming out, and now I'm coming out even more, just giving a little love, giving a little encouragement, and there's so many rose buds. There's like a dozen or something, and I'm so excited and I'm so proud of that rose bush. So that definitely is a thing with plants, actually. Like, if like you're not going to be yelling at your plants to grow, right? Like, they actually need loving care and encouragement, and we are nature, and we need that too. We need our water, we need our sunshine, we need our love, and we need our encouragement, and a lot of the times we have to be the ones to give that to ourselves, right? And so it's important to remember that and be kind to ourselves, as well as the message I'm getting. And then Mother Rose, this is I just feel like a message from Mother Rose herself, which is the energy of the rose, like the plant, the energy of the rose. I could say more, but I just can't. It feels so beyond words that I feel like I can't say it all concisely. If you want to know more about it, you can look up Rebecca Campbell, who's the author of this oracle deck. She talks about Mother Rose and everything that it means. So it's a message that we are returning to each other, right? We as in humans and nature, and I feel like flowers specifically are like, I don't know, calling out to us. We're returning to that energy and compassion. That's what I was just talking about. We need love, we need encouragement, we need compassion. We need to have compassion for ourselves and compassion for others. But compassion doesn't mean you have to suffer alongside someone. It's not what that means, right? Compassion means being understanding. Ooh, there's also the bud, which I was just talking about with the rosebuds. Potential, it's happening, keep going. Thank you. I feel like I needed that encouragement to keep going with this message that I was just getting about compassion. Compassion means being loving, being understanding, like understanding where that person is coming from, whether, let's say they're going through a very tough situation and they're talking to you about it, or someone is, taking out their frustration on you, and you're like, this isn't about me. You have a lot of stuff going on, you're frustrated about other things, but you're pointing it in my direction, so you're taking your frustration out on me. Also important to have compassion in those moments. It's like, oh, I understand that you would be acting out in this way, right? And that isn't to say we should, tolerate any sort of abusive behaviors or behaviors with malicious intent. But when something like that doesn't have a malicious intent, like someone's just having a bad day and they happen to be frustrated in your direction, it's a reminder for compassion in those moments. Just makes everything easier. Compassion for yourself as well, right? For, if you're reactive in those moments too, that's another message that's coming through. Anyway, so those were the messages that I have got. Spontaneously did this, so let me know what you think, and if you enjoyed, if anything resonated, leave me some rose emojis in the comments if you made it to the end. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day whenever you're watching this, and I love you so much, and the universe loves you, and the stars love you. I am sending you stardust and love and roses and magic and a little bit of sprinkle of fairy dust in your day. So yeah, love you so much, and